there, and welcome to Upcycled Adulting, where I am here to help you upcycle your real life into your best life by creating healthy habits, growing to achieve your goals, and overcoming obstacles. And today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest obstacles that many of us face. This whole month, May, I am sharing some of my best tips related to mental health. And today we're talking about depression. My name is Cassie Feld, and I am the founder and CEO of Upcycled Adulting. I am also a person who has been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, CPTSD, and generalized anxiety disorder. I am not a therapist, a mental health professional, or a doctor. I am sharing my perspective as a person who struggles with major depressive disorder and what I do to care for myself well in a depressive episode, as well as what I do to try to reduce the incidence and intensity of future depressive episodes. I am hoping that some of these tips will help you. I am also going to include in the caption below the number to a hotline, because number one is get professional help. Depression is a very real medical condition and often, usually, requires professional help. That help may be in the form of a therapist or medication. Generally, I personally have found that both together work best. I remember my therapist telling me a long time ago that medication is like a life vest. If you are in a pool or in a lake and you're exhausted and you're overwhelmed and the waves are huge, right? That medication is like a life vest. It helps you keep your head above water so that in therapy, you can go through and process what you need to process, help heal what you need to heal so that you can have improvements in your condition. There is absolutely no shame in taking medication for your medical condition as you need it. It's also really important to recognize that if you're going to go off of medication, that you need to consult with your doctor and do it gradually. Oftentimes, professional help is absolutely essential to coming out of a depressive episode and to reducing incidence and intensity of future depressive episodes. Thankfully, in 2024, we now have online access to medical care and therapy. This is an absolute game changer for those of us who struggle with depression, because oftentimes it can be very, very difficult to get ourselves out of bed, dressed, and out the door to go to therapy or to see a doctor. Now you have access online. There is absolutely no reason not to seek professional help. Number two is get out of bed. Now, I know that this might be incredibly difficult for some of you. Some of you may be laying in bed right now watching this video. I have personally found that the bed is like a vortex. If I stay in bed when I'm in a depressive episode, the depressive episode just gets worse. I'm not suggesting that you need to do some big activity or leave your house or do anything like that. Simply getting out of bed and when you go to the bathroom, move yourself to the couch. That can make a huge difference. I know it sounds small, but we're going to count it as an accomplishment that we got out of bed. We're going to give ourselves some credit for moving, even if it's simply from the bed to a chair, from the bed to a couch, from your bed to a different bed in your house. Just getting out of your bed can make such a big difference in your recovery process. Number three is take care of yourself in whatever way you possibly can. I am not suggesting going and doing a workout. I am not suggesting going for a run. I'm not suggesting taking a long bath. Those things might be way too big for you right now. But simply brushing your teeth or rinsing your mouth with some mouthwash when you go to the bathroom is a big deal. Washing your face or running a warm washcloth over your face can be huge. A brush through your hair can be a game changer. Now, this is really important to set yourself up for success. We don't want to try to force ourselves to do big things or really difficult things for us. If brushing your teeth is too hard and you don't have pre-pasted toothbrushes, I highly recommend getting them from Amazon because that can actually really help you. Just do something really small. Even changing your clothes can make a world of difference. When we do something to take care of ourselves, we remind ourselves that we are worth taking care of. And in a depressive state, that can be a really difficult thing to grasp or remember. Number 4, along the lines of taking care of yourself, is nourish your body. Now, usually if I'm struggling with depression or stress or anxiety, I am a little bit nauseous and I struggle to eat. Struggling to eat actually makes it much harder for me to cope with the depression because now I also have the fatigue and exhaustion and all of that comes with also being malnourished and all the blood sugar issues, all that stuff. What I have found really helps is in most areas now, you can get grocery delivery. Yes, it's okay. Splurge a little, pay for it. You're not spending money on a lot of other things you would when you're not in a depressive state. Order. These are things I'm going to tell you to order that will help you because listen, when you are in a depressive state, the last thing you can do is think about what you're going to eat. So we want to order things like baby carrots, apples, bananas, yogurt cups, rotisserie chicken, steam fresh vegetables, the ones that come frozen and you throw them in your microwave. We're going to look for things that are really easy to grab and eat. Get one of those salad bags, all right? And I'm telling you right now, get one of those pre-made salad bags. Open the bag, take the stuff out, put it in the bag, shake the bag, and eat it right out of the bag. Whatever you can do to get some nutrients in your body is going to be helpful. In addition, at this point, it might also be helpful to consider drinking some kombucha because the probiotic is really beneficial in depression. Most of your serotonin is produced in your gut, and to supplement vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiencies very much mirror depression. And a lot of times when people struggle with depression, they also have a vitamin D deficiency going on, and that's worsening the symptoms. So we want to make sure that we are caring for our bodies in a way that will help us rebound or help reduce incidence and intensity of future episodes. Number 5 is avoid substances. Now, there's a pretty good chance that if you're in a severe depressive episode, you're probably not consuming a lot of substances because you probably are pretty much staying in bed or not going anywhere really. But in the early stages of a depressive episode or of anxiety, which I'm going to talk about next week, so don't forget to subscribe, a lot of times we find ourselves consuming more substances than we used to. We drink a little bit more. I'm in Michigan. We have legalized marijuana here, so that becomes a thing. Both alcohol and marijuana are depressants. It's important to recognize that because they can exacerbate depression. They might feel like a great way to escape right now, but they can definitely exacerbate the condition. All substances can exacerbate depression. So it's very, very important that we're cautious about what we're consuming substance-wise, and even that we are being a little bit more careful with things like caffeine, in part because caffeine can cause jitters and anxiety, and then it can also cause a crash. This is a space where being cautious about sugar can also be beneficial, but I know you may have all kinds of other things on your plate right now. So just really avoiding illegal substances and alcohol, marijuana, whether that's legal in your state or not, is really going to be the big keys here. And then a lot of the other substances will be addressed with the nourishing your body part that I just talked about. Number 6 is manage your media. While you are in a depressive state, it is a good idea to consider doing a social media detox. Now, if you Googled depression and you found this video, yay, I'm very, very happy for you. But there is a lot of content on social media related to depression, related to anxiety, related to mental health that is actually not safe to consume. There's a lot of content that can actually suggest things that are potentially not beneficial and might even be really detrimental to you. In addition to that, when you are not in a depressive state, you might love watching people exercise or show you their outfit of the day or clean their house. You might love watching that. But when you are in a depressive episode, that content may actually cause or worsen feelings of hopelessness or helplessness, feeling like you're lazy, you're not doing enough, etc., which is very common in depression. So we want to really minimize that and not expose ourselves to that. What I highly recommend doing instead is binging. And I'm telling you right now, binging something on Netflix, for example. Right now I'm actually binging Bridgerton, which is relatively benign. There's a lot of go to Hulu and binge Golden Girls, okay, or watch Friends again. Even watching, whether you're watching comedies, you could watch tearjerkers because sometimes we just really need to cry it out. You could watch just light chick flick type content, but you really want to be mindful of what you're exposing yourself to. And unfortunately, on social media, you could be exposed to too many things that could be triggering or could be problematic. And that's why I highly recommend you reduce social media usage. Watch things that are known to you, preferably things that you have seen before on a streaming service, or get out your DVDs and watch old movies. I know, y'all, if you're Gen Z, I said get out your DVDs and y'all might be like, what DVDs? But for the rest of you, you know what I'm saying. The next one is connect. Now, I am a huge fan of texting, especially when I'm struggling with depression. I really struggle to get on the phone. I really struggle to make phone calls and to talk to people. And so I find that it's better for me to text people, but connecting with other people really is beneficial. A lot of times when we're struggling with depression, we're not necessarily as social. Oftentimes we're very isolated and lonely, and that tends to make it worse. So making an effort to connect with other people through text messaging is really helpful. I recommend texting several people. If they don't text back right away, they are not mad at you. You did not do anything wrong. That's part of why I say connect with several people. People have other stuff going on, right? And they don't know. And they're showing up in the best way they can. But reach out to other people, text them. If you're in my inner circle community, you can always reach out there. If you're in Facebook groups, different places like that, even reaching out online in groups that you know you're comfortable and safe with can be really, really helpful. Your online community, your online friends can actually be present for you. And a lot of times, because we can make friends all over the world online, when it's the middle of the night, we can find somebody online that we can connect with in a group in some environment like that. I have a Facebook group and I have a closed community that is very, very monitored. So you can check out the links for both of those below. Feel free to see if the community is right for you or to join the Facebook group. You will absolutely love it there, and it'll be a great way to connect. In addition, I like to try to stay connected to people when I am in a healthier mental health space, but I struggle with some neurodivergence. So I often forget. I have some object permanence issues, which most people who are neurodivergent have. So a lot of times what I do is I put a meeting reminder in my calendar so that I get an alarm or an alert, and then I will text someone. This is a great way to remember to text. Also, if I know that someone has something coming up, I will put a reminder for that day in my phone so that I can talk to them about it on that day, because I notoriously forget this. Now, anybody who knows me in real life who's watching this video is just now finding out that I do this, right? I don't advertise that I do this, but this is what helps me. And it's not because I'm insensitive. It's just because of the way my brain works. It works differently. So if I know, for example, that my sister has a job interview coming up on, the 20th of the month, I will just put a little reminder in my phone to text her on the 20th and find out how her interview went. I understand that this might sound very cold or calculated, but this is the best way for me to show up for people. And I really want to show up. That really matters to me. I put a lot of effort into it, and that counts, right? That matters. That matters to the people I love and who love me, that I make that effort for them. Number 8 is to get outside. If you can go outside and do some gardening, go for a walk, it is incredibly beneficial. The health benefits of gardening are actually shocking. The health benefits of being outside are shocking. And also the health benefits of being outside barefoot, like in nature, like on grass, even in your small suburban front yard, makes a huge difference. Unfortunately, this can be difficult to do when we're struggling with depression, especially because many of us struggle with depression in the winter. The winter months bring seasonal affective disorder, and we tend to have more issues with depressive episodes in the winter. I live in Michigan. I'm not putting on 15 layers when I'm depressed to go outside. That just is a lot of hassle. One of the things that can be really beneficial here is to get yourself a lamp, a full spectrum lamp, and to expose yourself to it in the morning, earlier part of the day, right? Not right before bed, for about 20 to 30 minutes. That will help to stimulate vitamin D production in your body, and it will actually help to improve your mood and your general overall condition. So you can get them on Amazon. They are really accessible, and I highly recommend that you get yourself a full spectrum lamp. Number 9 is move your body. During a depressive episode, you will probably move very little, but one of the best ways to reduce incidence and intensity is to otherwise be moving your body. When we are active, physically active, we stimulate our endocannabinoid system and we reduce stress hormones in our body. And this can really help to improve mood and to reduce occurrence and intensity of depressive episodes. So I absolutely recommend moving your body. I want everyone to know, and I just want to pause in this move your body right now to say this. The best exercise for you is the exercise you enjoy and will do consistently. There is no magic bullet to exercise. You do not have to run if you hate running. That's me. I hate running. You don't have to lift weights if you hate lifting weights. You could do yoga. You could go walk your dog. You could go swimming or kayaking. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing and will do is the exercise for you. You could dance around your kitchen. Literally, it does not matter. It is just about moving your body. So let's not overthink this. Let's not make this hard. Let's not tie up the movement we're doing for our mental health into needing to lose weight or needing to reshape our body or needing to be leaner. Let's just do the movement that feels good to us that we will consistently do. And feel free to mix it up. So a lot of times I really love lifting weights. So I will lift weights. I will dance. I will go for a walk, right? I don't generally enjoy water sports, and there's no way I'm running, but I will go bike riding. So these are some of the things that I like to do to move my body that I find really enjoyable. I kind of will go, if I have planned for today a weightlifting session, but it's a beautiful day outside and I really want to go for a bike ride, I'll go for a bike ride. If I plan to go for a bike ride, but it's raining and I'm just not feeling it, I might just crank up some music and dance around my house, right? So whatever it is that feels good for you in your body, that you enjoy, that you will do, that is the right movement. Number 10, and this is really important for depression, and it's so underrated, and that is having routines. Having a structure to your day can be so helpful in dealing with depression when you are in it, and also in reducing occurrence and intensity of depressive episodes. The reason why this is so important is because our brain is hardwired to not like change. And when we don't have a structure that we can rely upon, that we can count on, it can really create some cognitive dissonance. It can create detachment from our lives and our ability to function in certain ways. So having a routine, even if we make those routines really, really tiny, right, makes a huge difference. So even if you're in a severe depressive episode and your routine is that when you wake up and you have to use the bathroom, you go in the bathroom and you rinse with mouthwash and you take your pillow and go to the couch, that little routine will help you. Be proud of yourself for doing that, because when you're struggling with depression, okay, every little thing is a huge effort. And you feeling like you accomplished something, even if it's just moving from the bed to the couch, even if it's just getting out of the bed and changing your clothes and getting back into it, you feeling like you accomplished something will help you feel more connected to your life. It will help you feel better about yourself and your possibilities. And that matters so much. Do not forget to check the caption for the hotline number if you need professional help, if you are struggling, if your depression is severe. Please call that number. Do not forget to check for the Inner Circle community and the Facebook group so that you can actually get into a community and not be coping with this completely alone. That isolation is incredibly detrimental to you if you are struggling with depression. I want you to know that it does not have to always be this way. I want you to know that you deserve a life that feels good to you, that is inspiring to you. You deserve to live the life of your dreams. And it may be hard to see that now, but you are absolutely amazing and you matter.